She had wrestled with the idea that humanity was an experiment, that ancient beings tweaked bloodlines, that timelines reset, that giants rose and fell. But one thing never fit the experiment model: the cross. If the Creator were merely an architect, he would discard flawed prototypes. If he were merely a judge, he would condemn rebellion. If he were merely a strategist, he would intervene with overwhelming force. Instead, he entered. Not as conqueror, not as genetic override, not as celestial emperor. As a child, as a teacher, as a man who could bleed. Wild Rose had studied it before, as history, as theology, as prophecy fulfilled. And she saw it differently. The cross was not a contingency plan. It was a revelation of character. Why would the Creator sacrifice himself? Because love that creates freedom must also absorb the cost of that freedom. Free will guarantees missteps. Missteps create fracture. Fracture creates distance. And instead of eliminating the ones who wandered, the Creator stepped into the fracture himself. Not to force return, but to make return possible. The ancients engineered compliance. The Creator offered reconciliation. The difference was everything. Grace, she realized, is not denial of wrongdoing. It is the decision not to let wrongdoing be final. On the cross, justice was not ignored, it was carried. The Creator did not demand payment from his children, he bore it. Wild Rose felt the shift inside her, deeper than strategy, deeper than prophecy. If humanity was created for relationship, and the cross was proof that the relationship mattered more than control, and resurrection, that was the declaration that death, even cosmic scale failure, does not get the last word. The ancients feared fading. The Creator walked through death and came back. That changed the whole equation. If he sacrificed himself, then humanity was never disposable. If grace exists, then the experiment language collapseth. Experiments end. Love restores. And restoration, she now understood, must always be chosen. The Creator does not drag his children home. He opens the door, absorbs the cost, and waits. Wild Rose stood in her saucer, staring at earth turning quietly below. "So that's it," she whispered. Not annihilation, not forced evolution, not hybrid domination, invitation. The Creator brings his children back to himself by their choice. Grace forgives the missteps along the way. Prophecy may hold true, but love is the point. And for the first time since the ancients laid out their grand designs, Wild Rose felt something they could not calculate.